The Lord is far from wicked, but he hears the prayers of the righteous. Proverbs 15. Let's go.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. What if I told you your whole life is a trial? That the color of your skin will forever limit the way the world views your potential. What if I told you you will forever be treated and made to feel like you was less than? Way after they built a new land on the backs of your ancestors, treated your greats like they were less than human. Long after Lincoln's pen and Kennedy last ride, after the world watched the way we turned on each other and gunned down our evolution in a house of worship, as if Detroit Red didn't become Brother Malcolm. And your children's children were here to shout that silence Martin on the balcony in Memphis. But he will forever be king, socially segregated, even after it was law that you would sit, eat, piss, and vote. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Without publicly being pushed to the back of the bus, long after the clear lines of racism have been erased from your eyes. But it's implied and applied based on the translation of your roots, the way you wear what you've been through, and the number of degrees you carry behind your name. But for you, there are limited places to get fuel and even longer roads for the drive you'll need to survive. The sons of your sons will still be targets. The police will stop and frisk, beat, use plunges, unload 41 shots in fear, choke them to death, mistake their identity and gun them down in the project staircase. All while the neighborhoods they grow up in will be submerged in poverty and grief. Drugs, alcohol, and depression will be their permanent address, even if they move. Amazing, do you hear me? Grace, how sweet the sound. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Unless they find shelter in the will, the faith and the stamina to work harder than their hardships. What if I told you that you are the Renaissance, born from the deception that everyone is created equal, fighting for your 40 acres, carrying 4 centuries of suppression and being treated like property? Your presence intimidates the insecure, so they'll taunt your anger just to get you to act outside of your intelligence. The daughters of your daughters will still be targets, mislabeled by their femininity, the number of kids they have, the length and texture of their hair, the way their name is written and pronounced, if they're on government assistance, and how they're low or embellished self-esteem based on a society that wasn't built for them will play on their body image and worth. All the while the neighborhoods they will grow up in will be submerged in poverty and grief. Drugs and alcohol and depression will be their permanent address, even if they move, unless they find shelter in the will, the faith, and the stamina to work harder than their hardships. I know how far you had to come from where you've been. I just want you to find your reflection and claim it before you allow someone to steal it, repackage it, charge you for its upkeep, convince you that you are finally worth it, just so they can sell it back to you. Motherfucker. Message.